athlete spirit, and today I am going to review the Henley V-neck long sleeve cotton Muslim robe for ultra running. I get a lot of strange looks and I get a lot of comments about this robe when I'm out running because it's outside of the norm for runners to be wearing. But I actually did some research into what the natives wear or wore in the areas that I'm going to be running this year. I'm going to be running at Thobe 200, Bigfoot 200, and Moab 240. And so I went and I looked at what the first people from those areas wore, and I tried to find something similar to that. I came to this through talking to a friend of mine about it who served in Iraq and Afghanistan, and he suggested that I try a desert robe. And so I bought one and started trying it out. And when I first got it, it was about this time of year last year. So I was out running in the rain and in the cold. It gets kind of cold here in Yum. And it worked out well. Keeps me unexposed from rain and from cold. I haven't been in like torrential downpours a whole lot, but when I have, I just throw on like a poncho and it's fine. For lighter rain, just a jacket underneath, like a windbreaker underneath, and I stay dry and I stay warm. When it is really cold, just throw on a pair of pants underneath and I stay warm in like a long sleeve undershirt or a long sleeve jacket. And when it's really hot, just you can go, stark naked underneath, from the waist down. You don't want to go stark naked from the waist up. You want to have a shirt on underneath because this material here really does do some chafing. But you can go stark underneath or just a pair of underwear and you'll stay nice and cool. And again, layer up underneath if you want to stay warm. One issue that I ran into and I'm still perfecting is when I am layered up, I can build up a sweat. And you can build up a sweat, and then when you have to stop, you can be cold because you're wet. But once you learn how to manage the layers underneath this thing, it's perfect. A lot of times it just requires you to uncover your head. We lose a lot of heat or retain a lot of heat depending from the top of our head. So if you just uncover the top of your head, that balances things out. I think it keeps me cool when it's hot because when my legs are pumping, this thing's kind of pumping like this, and the cool air goes up underneath. And if I do it just right and I am sweating and I don't have a lot of layers on, the pumping of this underneath dries off my skin, and so I stay dry when I'm out running. And I think for the warmth, I think it traps the air, the warm air underneath, and so it's like a dual purpose deal. Another thing I love about it is that like I'm unexposed. Maybe, from my ankle up to like halfway up my shin is showing, but if I wear long socks or if I have pants on, I'm unexposed there. And then my hands, and if I have gloves on, my hands aren't exposed. That is another issue that I ran into with this is, so if I have gloves on, some of these places are like really cold, so gloves don't help a whole lot. And if I stick my hands in these pockets with gloves on, my hands get really sweaty. And then that becomes an issue when I have to take my hands out and, say work with batteries or work with some gear. These pockets are great. I like that I can put a snack in here, or I can put a headlamp or something in here, and it gives me a sense of like knowing that I have what I need, so I can like stick my hands in my pocket and like hold on to those things, and it, you know, gives me some motivation and some positive feelings when I'm out there moving. And you know, sometimes you're out there for ultra running, you're moving like a day, 2 days, 3 days, and you can start to lose motivation and start to feel like you don't have everything you need. So when I have it in my hand like that, it's great. Other great thing about these pockets is they're just right as far as position. So if I stick my hands in my pockets and I get moving, I can move my arms perfect with my hands in my pockets, which is awesome. It comes on and off really easy, slips on and off very easily. You can use the zipper here to give yourself a little more room. Like if I have layers underneath, sometimes that's not so, or if I have a big hat on, sometimes it's not so easy to get off. And then you just unzip the zipper and it comes right off. I've had this thing for like a year now, and I've worn it to races. I've worn it to nearly every training. Even when I don't really need to wear it for training, I wear it just so I can get in the motions and the habit of knowing how to use this thing when I am out and when I am tired and when I've been out for 3 days and worn out. Still clean and looking good. I give this robe a 9 out of 10. I would like to see something where I wouldn't have to wear a shirt underneath if I didn't have to. I tried that with this thing, and it gets bad quickly as far as chafing goes. And then the sweating. I haven't quite managed to perfect the sweating and getting cold at night. I ran today and I got sweaty really fast in this thing. So I give the men's Henley V-neck desert robe a 9 out of 10, only because of the chafing from the material. It gets pretty gnarly, and sometimes the sweating can become a problem when the temperatures drop really low. This has been Northwest Elite Spirit. I'm Coach Brian. Subscribe, like, comment, share, and keep training. Thank you.